Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my little live stream. We are way out east on Long Island. It's going to be a washout today, but I woke up nice and early, and I see that the sun is going to peak up over the ocean before it goes away for the day. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try to do a sunrise, a nice Long Island sunrise. So here we are. I know it's early. We'll see who our early risers are. Scott Nelly, what's going on? Beardman70 off the Instagram. What's going on? We got the guy, man, dude, 83. We got Davo Martin 13. What's up? I see him, Matt Kennedy 78. We got Nick Umberchin on the Facebook. I gotta talk softly. Everybody's still sleeping. Nick Umberchin, what's going on, brother? Got GC Hustle Hawaii. Check it in. John Courts, good morning. Open Squad. What's up, John Courts? How are you? We got Benny on the Instagram. This is a very, very special live stream as we live stream hopefully the sun coming up over the ocean. It's got like this much room to make those clouds pop, and then it's going to go away for the day. But I was like, you know what? I gotta share this with some people. So here we are. Cheers to the early risers. You make the world go round. Cheers, 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 cheers. Let me just step away here and see how good the sunrise is looking. All right. I mean, it's been my experience that it's the type of sunrise that is happening that it's going to make all those clouds just explode. So we'll see. I'm taking a chance here. What's up, Les? Did you ever have Matthew Perry on? I don't know, to be honest. We had the other guy on, the one that played dumb on Friends. I always forget his name. We had him on, but the news out of Hollywood. Oh my God, rest in peace, Matthew Perry, 54 years old. What are they saying? Did he have a heart attack in his jacuzzi? That's just terrible. He lived in the area where my agent used to live, who's also no longer with us, in the Pacific Palisades. The Pacific Palisades out there in LA is just stunningly gorgeous. Just a little neighborhood right on the Pacific Ocean. There's bluffs in Pacific Palisades. You get a house, and then you just overlook the ocean. So just absolutely terrible news coming out of Hollywood, and they're not saying much, but it looks like he was just in his jacuzzi by himself, and it looks like he probably had a heart attack or something and drowned in a jacuzzi. Are you kidding me? Ban all jacuzzis. Ban them now. I just ripped a morning fart. That's good. I'm just, we're just feeling sad about, sort of our childhoods with the Friends guy. And you have to announce to the world that you ripped a huge morning fart. Well, good for you, sir. Good for you. But I'm not sure if we ever had Matthew Perry on the show. I know that sounds crazy, but we had the other dude, the guy that played really dumb, and he was just all right. He was kind of full of himself. No one told him life would be this way. Oh, very nice. Look at you with a little humor. Opie, Kevin Brennan compliment you, says you are the best host in radio history. AMD, Kevin Brennan doesn't like anyone. LOL. No, I know that. I mean, the one thing I'll say about Kevin Brennan is that he's very honest. He's not scared of his fellow comedians and what they're going to think if he says the wrong thing. So I have to respect that. Most of the comedians run scared all the time. Have you ever eaten at Hometown Bake Shop in Centerport? Scott Nelly, I don't go back to Centerport that often. I'm from Centerport, Long Island officially. I always say Huntington because more people know Huntington than Centerport, but Centerport is a town like this big that's a part of the Huntington Township, I guess. I don't know how that works, but I've never been to the bake shop there, Scott Nelly. Who are the people? I had a decent audience on my Instagram, right? For this sunrise. It's the only reason I'm up. I mean, doing this because it looks like the sunrise is gonna be all right. And who taps out before the sun comes up? Jesus. People these days, they have their AD to the H to the D, and they just can't wait around even for a sunrise that I I'm hoping it's going to be pretty glorious in another few minutes. By the way, Instagram, for real, the colors look way better on my YouTube, OPie Radio, my Facebook, OPie Radio fans, and my Twitter, OPie Radio. Okay. For whatever reason, the colors are better on those platforms as I live stream on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube. Opie, did you watch Friends back in the day? Keith, Photo 9. That's a great question. No, I did not. I did not watch Seinfeld, and I did not watch Friends. Now, over the years, because they're on all the time, I've seen a lot of Friends and a lot of Seinfeld. But when those two shows first came out, I did not. During Seinfeld's run, I was doing like night radio or something, so there was a conflict there where I couldn't have watched even if I wanted to, and it was before the days of recording show, wasn't it? I think. Do you hang out with Glenn the Wine Guy? Who the hell is Glenn the Wine Guy? All right, let's Robert Spahn, lock of the day, Falcons -2.5. Titans are starting rookie quarterback Will Levis, or Levi, maybe Will Levi, I don't know, who may be the biggest stretch draft at QB in the last 5 to 7 years. Oh, look at that! Robert Spahn is giving some gambling tips today. Let's see, Robert, you're gonna have to remind me tomorrow if that bet came in for you. Okay. No rest. I was going to say no rest for the wicked. No rest for the upstairs. You do realize it's Sunday, dude. This is it. A lot of times, like when I'm out here at the ocean and I do my first rollover, and sometimes when you do that rollover, you can maybe squeeze out another half hour to hour sleep. I look out the window and I'm like, all right, yeah, we got something going on. I get myself out of bed because this is it. This is glorious. There's no one else. Oh, I got a story to tell you in a sec. I forgot. Jeez, I forgot about the biggest thing that just happened this morning. But this is it. It's like the magic hour. The sun's coming up over the ocean. I might throw a couple clam bellies on a fishing rod and try to fish before the rain moves in for the day. And then maybe I'll take a little nap later after the kids and the wife are up and they're having their coffee and their breakfast and they're getting their sleepies out of their eyes. Then I sneak off and do a quick 45 to an hour nap, and that's it. I don't understand why more people don't get up this early. I mean, you obviously get up this early. You get it. Jets or Giants? Jets all the way. I don't like the Giants. Never liked the Giants. Did that whole rap yesterday on the live stream. Got to go Jets over the Giants. Anyway, he drowned. Yeah, he drowned in the jacuzzi. So we got to ban all jacuzzis. We got to ban all jacuzzis, right? You should have to have a license in order to own hot tubs. They kill people. Teens will be bringing hot tubs to school and whatnot. Wow. All right. This is the story of the morning, though. So it was, I think I made it to 6 o'clock, actually. Made it to 6 a.m. And I came, is that the sun coming up already? I think the sun comes up around 7:20, so we got another 15 minutes. And then maybe we will turn this thing off, and I'll watch ESPN or something. So it's 6 o'clock. I wake up. Doggy was laying at my feet. So he pops up. He's like, I'm awake too. Let's go. Let's do this. And I get to this floor at my beach house, with the deck and everything, the main living quarters. And I start the coffee and I lay on the couch. And there is a point where, as I lay on the couch, I could easily go back to bed. And then Doggy, snuggles up at my feet, and he finds a spot. So he's all tucked in. So he's ready to just chill out. All of a sudden, as we're just on the couch, his head pops up, and he's looking out the window. It is pitch dark out here. Pitch dark. Can't see your hand in front of you because there's no city lights out here. Like, what the fuck is out there? What the fuck is out there? So I open up the screen door, right? Or the sliding glass door, I should say. And all of a sudden he comes flying out onto the deck like a bat out of hell. And it was, like I said, pitch dark, but I was able to make out a giant raccoon that was on this deck. And so, doggy, man, these dogs, they don't give two craps. They're not scared of anything. He went right at the raccoon. I'm like, holy crap, it's going to be raccoon versus doggy, you know? And then the raccoon was able to slide under. We have kind of like a baby gate. Oh, you see the baby gate right there. Oh, and you can see it on the Instagram if I move my hand differently. All right. Wait, why can't I? Right. Why is everything backwards, Instagram? But anyway, that baby gate. So he runs after the raccoon. The raccoon sizes him up and was able to squeeze its giant body under that baby gate that we can keep up so doggy doesn't run on the beach by himself. And then they're sparring through the baby gate, and the raccoon is showing its teeth and just hissing. And I'm like, holy crap. And then scurries down the stairs. So to the people that have been with me for a while now, it is official. We have a raccoon living in the floorboards of this house because if you remember, I think it was early summer, right? You know, we were being waken up in the middle of the night because of scratching. And we weren't sure if it was a possum or wild cats or possibly a raccoon. Well, now that I saw the giant raccoon, I'm like, that mother effer is the thing that is living in the floorboards of this damn house. But it was scary for a second or two. I'm like, oh my god, seriously? I think a raccoon would do some damage to doggy, that's for sure. But it didn't want anything to do with doggy. Like I said, it gave it its hiss, its teeth, and it moved on. But these dogs, man, it's like I'm on the couch. I don't see or hear nothing. Our stupid human senses stink. We think we can see. We think we can smell. We think we can hear. And this dog obviously heard and probably smelled the raccoon through a sliding glass door in the pitch dark outside. He knew something was out there. That's great. That's just crazy. Uh, you know, I'm embarrassed to say this, royalty. I'm one of the few people that did not see the fight. Who won? Did Tyson Fury win over Francis or what? I'm embarrassed that I A, didn't watch the fight, and B, I don't know who won. Colorado, what's up, Wesley? How are you? Brother man, whatever happened to the old Opie and Anthony days? Anyway, you guys remember that show? Cheers, Jesus. By the way, give me a like for getting up early. Give me a like for showing you sunrise over the ocean. Hopefully we'll see it in a few minutes here. Just give me a like. Stop holding back your stupid likes. Hi, doggy. What's up, Mike Bergen? Mike Bergen Jr. He's come to the Tuesdays at Get Parts a couple times now, man. Mike's becoming a regular around the Get Parts where we do our live stream every Tuesday. I hope you guys are checking out some of those episodes. I got a playlist on my YouTube channel. It's called See You Next Tuesday. Now doggy's like really staring over the deck. You see anything else out there, doggy? We might see some deer in a little bit too. This is the time of day that the deer come out and frolic around on the beach before all the farmers get out here. Remember your TBS commercial, Ope? Yeah, I remember all this stuff. Apple juice, Andy. Thank you. Francis was robbed by the judges. Oh, damn, really? Francis knocked him down. Really? And all right, Jordan on the Instagram also saying it. Tyson was lucky to get the W. Really? What a surprise. Another fight ending in controversy. That's so weird because it rarely happens. All right, I got to warm up my coffee because as you can see, I got the winter clothes on today. Yesterday morning, it was 70, at least 72 this time yesterday. And now this morning, I think it's in the low 50s. I'm just going to warm up my coffee. I'll be really quick though. I promise. Man, Doggy's on high alert. I think I see raccoon poo on the it might be his old dog food. But anyway, I gotta tell you. So I got a couple super chats. Holy crap! Smoke Blunt, thank you very much for the $4.99. It's always about fivers and likes, little pocket money, a little liking of my live streams. That's all I ask for. I'm not gonna get rich. I'm not gonna get famous again doing my live stream. So I like a little audience. I like a bunch of likes, and I like a few fivers in my back pocket. That's it. And I got to tell you, yesterday I said that you guys bought my steaks. We went to the Good Butcher yesterday. We got filet mignon, a filet roast, this thick, this big, grilled it on my grill right over there. We had a glorious dinner last night here at the Ocean. It was a perfect dinner, a perfect night. And guess what? I want to thank you. Yes, you guys bought that giant roast for me last night, and I was very, very happy. We did so well on the live stream yesterday. I'm like, go to the butcher, because the butcher's what 3-4 times more expensive, but his cuts of meat are great, and it's one of the best steaks I've had in a long time. And I just went to Quality Meats in New York City for my wife's birthday, and I think the roast we cooked last night on the grill was better than what I had at Quality Meats. And Quality Meats does a fantastic job. A fantastic job. They're great over there. Matter of fact, I ordered 2 Sprites for my kids. This was last week for my wife's birthday. And they never came. And I was drinking. I wasn't drinking, was I? Oh yeah, I had one drink to celebrate my wife's birthday. Just a little margarita action. And my wife was having a glass of white wine, and all of a sudden, the appetizers came, and I said to the waiter, "Man, I don't want to bother you, but you forgot the Sprites." And he's like, "Oh my God, I'll get them right away." And then he brought the 2 Sprites back for my kids, and then he just said, "Drinks are on me today." He didn't know who I was. He knew it was my wife's birthday, but everyone goes to a place like that for the birthday. You think you're special, and then they sing happy birthday in the restaurant, 10, 12 times. You're like, oh, okay. Other people had this exact same idea. But they do a good job at Quality Meats, because he didn't have to do that. Maybe he give the Sprites for free, but he's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. All drinks on me. But anyway, the pocket money we made yesterday bought the roast, and we had a lovely dinner on you guys. So you know what? Cheers to you. Cheers. Not to Instagram. Instagram, you were low on the badge. Well, you were 0 on the badges, and you were low on the likes. So you know what? I this was your cheers, and I take it away. I take it away. Well, let's look at this sunrise again. All right. I don't think the video is doing it justice. It looks beautiful in person. Got to drive now. Good day, people. Hey, Hacks, you're an early riser. I like seeing that, Hacks. K Patrick 831. What's going on, buddy? I'm not taking video requests this morning. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting and chilling, having a cup of coffee, thanking God that my dog didn't square off with the raccoon about an hour ago. And that's it. Tyson Fury wasted half of his prime in inactivity, and wow. And it definitely showed last night. That fight was a tune-up and nothing more. He won a split decision. Okay. All right, then. Oh, so they were thinking like Fury should have had an easier time with that whole fight. All right. Bob Lord, it's laundry day. I hate laundry day. Hate it. Yeah, we're going to have there's a lot of clouds, but I'm praying that the weather dudette, they got it wrong. You know what? I think what I got to do is stop the live stream soon. I think I can get some fishing in before this rain moves in. I keep looking that way because that's where the rain's coming from, obviously. Morning Pest, what's going on? The Optic Nerve, how are you? Good to see you. Brian Bernard just gave me $9.99. Just came over here to throw you a like. I'm leaving for the Giants game in a few. Let's go Big Blue. I'm sorry, Brian. We do not have a match. I love my Brian Bernard, fellow Long Islander, obviously a Giants fan. But I got to go Jets over Giants every single time. But God, enjoy the game there, Brian. And if the Giants win, it's not going to hurt too much for me because I'm actually a Bills fan, which means I have no game to. No, I'll watch the Jets Giants, of course. Thank you, Brian. Is that Opie's thong hanging on the handrail? It's one of our. It's one of our life vests. No, it's not my thong. Oh, sorry, Instagram. You can't see it. No, it's not my thong. The thing, I kind of put it on the railing, hoping that the rain would kind of clean it off better because it's kind of mildewy and it looks like it has some black mold on it. So I hosed it down, I scrubbed it, and then I'm like, you know what? We left for a week or two, and I just left it on the railing, hoping some rain might clean it even better, but it didn't work. Honestly, I got to throw that thing away. What are your thoughts on the first Spider-Man movie? Jeez, I mean, all Spider-Man movies were great. Which first Spider-Man movie? With who? Because there's a lot of times they say this is the first Batman movie, and I'm there going, well, actually, no, it's not. Don't forget the one with Michael Keaton. But then because of Marvel, then they redid all these movies, and then they try to say, well, here's our first Spider. That's good for you, but there were Spider-Man movies before you, weren't there? Or maybe not. I liked all the Spider-Man movies. I think they do an amazing job. All right, Robert Spahn on Tyson Fury. A fighter needs to always know he's entering the ring with the outcome in other people's hands. The only way to assure victory is to get the opponent out of there. Hell yeah. Opie, you are doing it. Well, thank you. I like to hear that I'm doing. Oh, there's your sunrise. Oh my God. Wait, can you see it? Wow, Instagram. But move over to. I mean, I want to build an audience on Instagram, but move over to YouTube, Opie Radio, and Facebook Opie Radio fans, because the video on those two platforms are better. Yeah, man, that's all right. That's all right. Do. Trying to get it so yeah, there's your sunrise, man. It's going right over one of the many flagpoles out here. We got a whole line of flagpoles going this way. Oh, there it is. There's the sunrise. This is why I said screw it. I'm going to do an early live stream for the early risers. There you go. There it is. Oh, why did I shut up? I'm going to move out of the way just while the sun pops over the ocean. Damn. Man, that never gets old. I got to be honest with you. That never gets old. Look at that. Look at that. That is glorious. Oh, man, I'm happy. What I'm going to do is I'll do a few more minutes, and then I'm going to walk the beach. I'll be the only one out there. We might see somebody with another dog. That is it. It'll be me and Doggy. We'll walk for like a half hour. Just glorious. It's Brad. Oh, what's up, Brad? I know you on Instagram. I see your name. Been up since 4 a.m. Not sure why. Good morning. Oh, enjoying a joint. Oh, all right, enjoying a joint on your deck. Good for you. Whatever you need. I can't do the wake and bake crap. Never was able to do that. Tried it a couple times. I was like, I'm just tired now. I got to just go back to bed. A lot of people can do the wake and bake and then just go about their days like it's nothing. Opie, Diamondbacks kicked ass last night, and the next 3 games are here in Phoenix. Do you think they could do it in 5? What you do, Ope? Oh, love what you do, Ope. Go Diamondbacks. Why not? Did anyone see our former president throwing out the first pitch down there in Texas? He, whether you love or hate our presidents in this country, the one thing I gotta be honest about, I hate seeing them get old. And to see Bush throwing out that pitch, you see there's been a bit of a drop off with the guy. Um, and I mean, the place went crazy when he threw out the first pitch, and it was a bouncer. I don't know why these pitches are bouncers. These first pitches, maybe they got to move it up even closer because you don't want to humiliate the guy and have him bounce the ball to the catcher, to Rodriguez, right? One of the greatest catchers of all time. But he's looking old. Obama all of a sudden has like just all gray hair. Like I said, whether you love him or hate him. And then who else? I mean, Jimmy Carter goes without saying. The guy just set the Guinness Book of World Records for longest time in hospice. He's been in hospice for a decade or something like that. He's like 99 years old. But besides him, because we're used to him being really old at this point. And then there was a video of Bill Clinton in the Hamptons recently, and I was like, he was going into a bookstore. I'm like, oh, I don't like seeing my presidents getting old like that. It just sucks. That sunlight has taken 100,000 years and 15 minutes to get here. Mike O'Donnell. That's not true. Mike O'Donnell, that's not true. I understand what you're saying. Like when you look at the stars at night, you're looking at light that emanated or started in some cases, a million years ago. That's what's so creepy about looking at the night sky. You're literally looking into the past because it takes so long for that those lights from those distant stars to get to our eyeballs here on Earth that it's like, I mean, look it up. It's like millions a year. It's just a crazy amount of time. But with the excuse me, but someone look it up with the sunlight. It's like how much when you see the sun, like when we just saw that sun pop over the ocean, that light is from how many minutes ago? Not 100,000, but how many? Oh. Okay, here it is. Thank you, CM. No, the sunlight only takes. Okay, thank you. I was going to say 15 minutes, but okay. No, the sunlight only takes just over 8 minutes to reach us. For your information. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yeah. So when we first saw that pop over the ocean, that light was from like 8 minutes ago. So it's like 8 minutes behind. You see that light you're just looking at? That's 8 minutes ago. That's the beauty of looking into the night sky. You are looking into the past, which is just crazy to think. Because you might, the astronauts on Earth, we might see something really bright in the sky and go, hey, why don't we go there? That looks promising. And then we finally get there, which obviously is almost impossible with our technology. It is impossible with our technology. And then you get there and that star has been gone for 1 million years. Jesus. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Fewy to you and your bad science. Not me, because I called them out. But yes, CM, you're right. It's about 8 minutes. It takes about 8 minutes for the sun to get to Earth, the sunlight or whatever. Croc 2023. Oh, how do you get over the grief of losing the Sirius job, bro? Greatest afternoon show ever. Oh, thank you, man. That was a very, very, very hard pill to swallow because I was miserable doing radio with Anthony for a while there. Had a great run. Nowadays, I try to remember the good times of the show. And then finally, I was able to just do another show that was just nice and easy with people that respected me and liked me. And it was like a new start. I'm not trying to trash anybody today. I'm just trying to talk honestly. And it reminded me why I got into radio, that last show at SiriusXM in the afternoon. And it was going really, really well. But those dummies, they just don't see it at SiriusXM. They're star effers over there. If you're a huge star, they throw you on a stupid channel and you have nothing to say. You have some great music that you put out, but when it comes to like running a radio show or something, they just about all of them stink. The only one that was really, really good was Tom Petty. Tom Petty was an amazing DJ and radio personality. He was unbelievable. To this day, I try to listen to some of his old shows. But that thing was obviously working. But, I couldn't help myself. And I kept taking my heavy shots at Howard Stern with giant sledgehammers. And they finally had it with me. Maybe they didn't know the show was doing really well, and it was a decent show with a lot of potential. Maybe they did know, but maybe they also were like, we're done with this guy. We're just done with this guy. But it was a very hard pill to swallow. I retreated to this location actually and didn't do anything for like 9 months. I just fished every day. Part of that was because the O&A thing was officially over too, so it was time to just breathe, And then Carl would be calling me. He knew I was bummed out and depressed, and he was trying to motivate me to start a podcast or something. I'm like, Carl, I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready. I got to chill out on this beach. And then finally started going back to the city and started live streaming with Carl on Facebook. That's why I live stream to this day. It all started with Carl. I wasn't a huge live streamer before that. We would turn it on here and there after our afternoon show at SiriusXM. The guy's talking about the show I did after Opie and Anthony with Carl Ruiz and Vic Henley and Sherrod and the rest of the gang. But as far as like sitting down every day and live streaming, that really did start with Carl. Carl motivated me to do that, and I do it to this day, thanks to my dear friend that I miss. What happened? They canceled Tom Petty's show too? Oh, you're just cute, Tom Taylor. Jesus. Becky, I think you're capable of having another huge show on the right platform with the right chemistry. Well, yeah, I'm having fun doing the Tuesdays at Get Parts. I'm trying to develop that, trying to find more people, trying to expand that whole concept. But I don't even know. I like playing off Matt, the owner of Get Parts. But as far as like finding like another Anthony or another Carl, I don't know if I have it in me. I don't know who that person is. Maybe they'll show themselves one day. We'll see. Who knows? Oh, thanks, Croc. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, brother. Join our private Facebook, Croc. We like the hardcore fans. We're 100 strong. We're back over 100 on the private Facebook group. We got a really good group of people over there. Nero joined. I don't see Nero today, but Nero said he would join, and he did. I want to thank Nero personally, but he's not up early, obviously. Becky, miss Carl so much. I've never said that about any celebrity ever. Nah, man, because he was genuine. He was the genuine article, this Carl Ruiz. That's why Mike Pence's presidential bid failed miserably. Because he wasn't genuine. People sniff out dishonesty. People sniff out when you're not being real. And I think that's why Steel Toast sucks. Most of you don't even know who he is. He's a live streamer that tries so hard, and he's not being himself on this thing. He's got a fake stupid voice and a fake personality. Mike Pence failed miserably for the same reason. Like, no one knew who he was. He was very robotic and just would talk and talking points. You never got to know who the real guy was. The news came out that he had to, what do they call it? He had to suspend his presidential campaign, and no one was surprised at that. He wasn't going to be our president. John Kors, woke up to a great sunrise and my dog puking on the floor. All right. That's a Sunday right there. I'll take that Sunday. All right. Ross and Opie show with Spawn, with Robert Spawn on sports. Does anyone know the official reason Opie lost the job? Have you ever talked about it, or is it personal crap? Oh, Jesus, dude. Where have you been? It was look, they found a reason to try to fire me. And then I said, hell no, I ain't going down like that, because none of the crap happened in that way. So I got lawyers, and to Scott Greenstein's credit, I was warned that I got to, shut up a little bit, but I'm going to at least talk about broad strokes. In the end, SiriusXM did the right thing, and they paid every penny of my contract. And then it was told to me, because other people have since left SiriusXM, that they just had it with me and had it that I was going after their big dog, Howard Stern. So the thing that really, really put it over the top was me, like, not breaking in. I didn't break in, but I went into Howard Stern's area live on Facebook. I had a maid use her key card to unlock the the sanctuary that Howard Stern has at SiriusXM. And I even tried to tell the big boss because they were so mad. I know, it was told to me. I got to be careful, but it was told to me that was it. That was the incident where they're like, "All right, enough. We got to get rid of this guy." And I got a name. I could tell you who told me, and it's a very good source. It was I better shut up. But anyway, it was a guy that actually I'm friendly with because our kids play together, and he happened to be one of the lawyers at SiriusXM. I'll say that much. But I was on Facebook Live after one of my afternoon shows. Most of you know this story, and I'm live and I'm feeling it. I'm with Carl and Vic, and when you're with your friends, you get a little cockier and you want to impress them, make them laugh, maybe make them uncomfortable. So I saw a cleaning lady at the door of Howard's sanctuary at SiriusXM, and I started walking toward her, and I think it was Sherrod. He's like, no. He knew. I'm like, what? And because I was live on Facebook, I was feeling it. So I go, hey, man, I forgot something. Could you let me in? And she looks at me all confused, and then she just put her key card. And then I started walking down the hall, and I'm not going to lie to you. My goal was to sit in Howard's seat live on Facebook. Who does this? This is, I understand how stupid this is. If you want to keep your high-paying job at SiriusXM, you don't do this. I know all this. But I also, to me, radio was always nonsense. It was always just dumb. So I started walking down the hall, and then the security guards came immediately, like, yo, hey. And then I knew at that point, if I didn't listen to the actual security guards at SiriusXM, I would be fired on the spot. I knew that. So I turned around. I was like, man, I didn't get to his seat. But on the video, you can see all the posters in the hallway. Howard just stroked his own dumb ego. The whole hallway is pictures of Howard. Who does that? And then I got out of there, and I waited. It took less than an hour. Steel Toe is kind of the best going right now. It's just a comedy show. All right, if you like it, you like it. The Optic Nerve. I think it's horse crap, but if you like it, that's great. I don't care what you like or don't like. My phone rings, and then basically this person's like, "We got a problem." I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun. I'm on Facebook. No, we got a problem. And then I got a hair in my mouth. Should I do this on camera? No. We got a problem. And then the guy, then they're huddling with lawyers. We don't know what we're going to do. And then the guy, I would love to name the name, but then the guy's like, we need to make sure you haven't been breaking into offices here at SiriusXM. I'm like, are you crazy? I worked for you guys all these years. You don't know my stupid personality. It's certainly unorthodox. Of course it is. But I was just, I think it's one of the reasons why I really, in a way, despise radio. Satellite is radio. Podcasting is radio. It's all just radio. They're just reinventing the actual radio thing by calling it podcasting, which is funny because so many comedians look down at radio guys. So many. I could give you a whole list, and I won't today. A whole list of comedians that looked at radio guys like, I'm better than that. And they would look down at us. And I'm sitting there making stupid money talking to A-listers. But these guys would come in and like, I'd rather be on TV. What is this dumb radio? And then you fast forward and they're all doing radio. So they can all go after themselves. But the guy's like, we need to know you haven't been breaking into offices this whole time. I'm like, shut up. At that point, I did say shut up. I'm like, that's ridiculous. It says it is what it is. I was on Facebook Live. I was feeling it. At that point, when I did turn on Facebook Live, I don't know why I didn't take advantage of live streaming when I had a huge audience, because there were times I would turn on Facebook Live and it would be thousands of people watching. I'm just like, yeah, there's thousands. My radio show at one point was talking to millions, at least a million, over a million, even though they never officially gave us numbers. But the people around me estimated that it had to be at least that. And I don't know why I didn't start live streaming. Yeah, when I had the big audience, and I was like, it was just a live stream. I had my fan base; they were loving it, so I figured I would, take a little goofy chance. What was I actually gonna do in Howard's area? Oh, they lost their mind, and the only reason they lost their minds, to be fair to them, because then Howard is like. It is pretty well documented at this point that Howard's a big baby, like literally a big baby. And he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it that, someone was knocking him down a peg, even though it, it was just a dumb little stupid little dumb prank. He couldn't handle it. And when he can't handle something, because I have experience with this over the years, he gets on a phone and yells and screams at upper management. These guys that feel like they're untouchable and their whole jobs is to like figure out where they're going to play golf next or what amazing restaurant they're going to eat at and harumph at each other. Those guys, Howard would call those guys and yell and scream. So a lot of times, they would get upset with me or other people because they didn't want to deal with the Howard Stern phone calls. So there you go. Why are we talking about this? Because you brought up my afternoon show, I guess. Sherrod even said during that, stop trying to get fired. Yes, he did. But also, at that point, look, you can't have regrets in life, but I wish I behaved for the simple reason I was really loving that last radio show I did. So for that reason, I wish I behaved. But I also was like, I was also worn out from the Opie and Anthony years too. So I was like, I have nothing to lose. I'm worn out anyway. So I'm going to take some big chances now. Look, you know what? I've had a lot of management over the years, like scold me for like the chances I took and the crazy ass bits I was part of or I came up with myself, whatever. I'll just keep that broad as well. And they would get really, really like they wouldn't understand like my logic on some of these things. But these giant over the top things were also really helped with the success of these radio shows over the years, which brought in just stupid ass money. And they knew that. They knew that. But they certainly were frustrated by me when it came to a lot of those things. Jeremy's Zenker. Dude, you just gave me $10 for real? Fivers and likes, bitches. You guys, if you're just tuning in because you were too lazy to see the actual sun come up. That's why I went early today because we were having a sunrise over the ocean. The pocket money you guys gave me yesterday, I got a really nice filet roast. We pigged out on steak last night, and legit, you guys bought that steak. So thank you very much, Jeremy, with $10. When you dump every cent of a failing company into Hoo Howie, you have no room to pay anyone else. When he retires, that company will fold. Yeah, but he's, I got to get rid of Instagram because I have 5% on my battery. Instagram, you want to move over to YouTube? Move over to YouTube, Opie Radio, or my Twitter, Opie Radio. I forgot to plug in my phone last night, so you guys are going bye-bye in seconds here. Or Facebook, Opie Radio fans, all right? But Instagram, thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye. All right, I had to get rid of them because they gave me $3.51 too. All right. Hold on, let me just, I got to share this, and they always need a title. This is casual, so you can wait a second, right? Opie Live. I don't know, sunrise over ocean out east Long Island. Do I need hashtags? Do hashtags work? All right. You're not wrong, Jeremy. And first of all, once again, thanks for the $10. You're not wrong. But with that said, that Howard lasted long enough that I think it almost doesn't matter anymore. They're finally going into the streaming business. They're finally not relying on the satellites anymore. I think they'll be all right when Howard retires. But that was the logic back in the day. They're like, we were the guys they were trying to, prop up in case Howard left. But now it doesn't really matter. The guy hung in there. The guy, I think he's in his 70s, right? Howard's got to be at least 70 at this point. And he's hanging in there. So I think the gamble worked for SiriusXM, just focusing on the one person. But I saw it over the years. So many talented people left SiriusXM because they were paying them pennies, and they were really talented people behind the scenes. Some of the hosts, and they couldn't get any type of raises or nothing because all the money went to Howard. So you're 100% right on that. And they just kept leaving and leaving. And when you look at the lineup at SiriusXM, you got Howard. Mad Dog obviously is great. Ron Bennington. Maybe the Bonfire on a lower level, but decent hardcore fan base. But they don't do numbers like Mad Dog or Howard, obviously. And I honestly, and look, I despise Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, but put that over here. They're not getting the job done at all. They're just surviving. So I think that's it, unless you guys can come up with another name over there. But after Howard, I think it's Mad Dog. And I think it's the Bonfire. And did I say someone else in there? I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Smoking Blunt, 199. Love the Kristen Bell interview. Any thoughts? Can I get that real fast? I haven't played that in a while. We're just hanging, right? I was going to turn this off, but we're just hanging. Can I find that real fast? It's not on my computer, so I got to download it. You know what, Smoke Blunt, you've been cool to me, so let me find it for you. And you gave me $1.99. I'll play bits for $1.99. Let me see something. All right. I'm on another screen. I can't see you guys. All right. I love this thing for real. Oh, there was a Fallout? These idiots, man. They make a lot of money off Opie and Anthony material, and I'm looking for my Kristen Bell video, and there's a ton of fan sites that took that video and made it their own. And there's a video called Kristen Bell Fallout. I honestly, I do. Wait. Okay, I got it. I do remember that. What the hell was that? Did someone fly by? I just saw a reflection in the window. Oh, that creeped me out. Yeah, I just saw a video that said Kristen Bell Fallout. I think the Fallout was that was one of the last times we could F with a oh God, this I'll say this. I really know how to do radio. I'll say this. Anthony really knew how to do radio. And what drove us nuts were all these stupid executives and lawyers just shutting down so much of the stuff that worked. And one of the things that worked on the Opie and Anthony show was us messing with celebrities, because there was a time that celebrities were not willing to give you much of anything. They were scared of their own shadows. They were scared if they went on a show like Opie and Anthony, even Howard back in the day. Now Howard talks to everybody, all the A-listers, but even Howard had a tough time getting a lot of celebrities on his show because a lot of these people wouldn't open up. They were too scared. So a lot of times when we were doing the Opie and Anthony show, especially way, way back, we hated talking to a lot of these celebrities because we knew they weren't going to say crap. And then people would be like, oh, my God, you had blank on the show today? I'm like, yeah, but it was boring. No one cared. They couldn't wait for us to move on from that interview to do some crazy thing with these girls that were coming in or whatever. So we would mess with the celebrities because we're like, we got to get something out of it for our audience, because, when you do a radio show, it's not a given that you get to do that job forever. There's ratings that come out all the time. There's special interest groups back in the day coming after you all the time. And you had to you had to entertain your audience. So if you were getting all these celebrities in and you're trying over and over again to get them to say anything interesting and they're just shutting down and holding back, then it was our job to make these guys entertaining for our audience. Because if we didn't have the ratings, we would go bye-bye. So we would mess with a lot of these celebrities over the years. And the Kristen Bell thing, I was just feeling it that day. And I did what I did. And the hammer came down on that as well. And we got a talking to, like, because of that, the people that represent Kristen Bell, they represent all these other celebrities. And now all these other celebrities aren't going on your show. I got a talking to it. I'm like, all right, so who cares? We're going to still be entertaining. But that was the beginning of the end, where we had to behave when it came to celebrities, because at SiriusXM they had a massive celebrity culture that we were effing with. With that said, because Smoke Blunt gave me $1.99 and some good content, here's the bit. Most of you have heard and seen this over the years, but it's worth playing today on a Sunday morning.
We got to interrupt this news story. We got a big star on the phone, Kristen Bell, the star of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Kristen.
Yes.
Congratulations on the new movie. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Awesome. All right, best celebrity interview ever. All right, so 92-year-old man home. That was really hard to.
See, even Anthony said best celebrity interview ever. And that it was based on the fact that he knew too over the years, like, oh, another celebrity we got to talk to, and they're going to give us nothing. And every time I see her dumb face on those commercials with her dumb husband, it makes me laugh. Because I don't think she's talented. I don't think he's talented. What's his dumb podcast? It destroys. What's his name? See, I don't even know his name. Dax or something like that. Dax Shepard. Oh, I tried his podcast. It stinks. It's a cheap version of the Howard Stern show. He obviously listened to Howard Stern. All right, I'm gonna go. Smoke Blunt, thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate it. Boo hoo, anger management. I don't know. Anger, what are you doing? Are you after me? What's the boo hoo? I thought you were one of the cool guys, anger management, but I think you might be are you sort of a hater, or are you one of these people, you're in a bad mood, so you take shots at me? Where are you at? Tell me what you're about, anger management. Be brave enough to say, well, yeah, I don't like you. Tell me, what you all about, anger? I need to know. I miss Crazy Bit Obster. Well, thank you, Robert Spahn. Well, I hope that bet comes in for you. I think we're gonna start my day and get doggy on the beach and take a nice long. We ain't going anywhere. Someone just bought the bagels for the family this morning. We ain't going anywhere. Biff Rotten Thighs, $50. Love you. Oh, great to see you at the beach house once again. Beware of the belly bumper, sir. You just paid for bagels. You guys paid for steaks last night. I'll tell you, because a lot of these guys that live stream, they make the really, really good pocket money. But if you're going to give me pocket money, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with your pocket money. And last night we had glorious steaks, thanks to the pocket money I made on yesterday morning's live stream. And because of Biff Rotten Thighs, I am going to get bagels. And I'm going salmon. Bro, I rarely go salmon because I want my ideal bagel. If you need to, you don't need to know. My ideal bagel. Got to go everything. You got to go with the whipped cream cheese. There's no other way. If you're not whipping your cream cheese or getting the whipped cream cheese, you're missing out on the everything. Oh, it's got to be toasted, whipped cream cheese, slice of tomato, thinly sliced, capers, and a hunk of salmon. But the problem is because, We live part-time way out east here on Long Island. That hunk of salmon will cost you $20. It's fucking assholes. So now your bagel, that's like what, $5-6 a bagel, is now like $25. I'm like, how do you get away with this? But because of you, Biff Rotten Thighs, I'm getting a hunk of salmon on my toasted everything bagel with whipped cream cheese, thinly sliced tomato, and some capers. And now I got to warm up my coffee because I can't leave if the guy gives me 50. We got to continue. I can't take your money and run. But let me warm up my coffee. We'll continue. I don't know what we'll talk about, but we'll figure it out. All right, I do have something else. Biff, for real. Thank you very, very much. I'm running out of battery power too. All right. I told you the raccoon story from earlier. If you're just tuning in or whatever, the short version, I got up. It was pitch dark. I was laying on the couch, which is right on the other side of the sliding glass doors. I was debating, should I live stream? And I looked out at the ocean. I saw that it was going to be a really nice sunrise over the ocean. I'm like, I got to do it. So I started thinking I'm going to do it. But Doggy was snuggled up on the couch with me. And all of a sudden, he jumped up. He saw something on this deck. And my stupid human eyes, I can't see crap. I could barely see in front of me. It was that dark out here. And I didn't hear any noises or anything. But he obviously heard a noise and or saw this thing or smelled this thing. So I opened up the sliding glass door, and with my stupid human eyes, I made out a giant raccoon in the darkness. And then Doggy and him squared off. The raccoon thought about it, hissed really loudly at him, and then ran under this baby gate. Told the whole story earlier. I think Doggy scared the crap out of the raccoon because there's definitely raccoon duty right there. Just a little nugget that fell out. I thought it was dog food at first, but it's definitely raccoon poo. And then the other thing, as I was coming back with my warmed up coffee, I was thinking, there's no Jeeps on this beach today, which is weird because these guys are like. I used to be in the know with my fishing at the ocean, surf casting, and it's called the fall run, where all the striped bass move out of the area for the season. And if you catch it just right, you could catch like one after another off the shore, giant striped bass. But the thing is, every morning out here, especially in October, early November, you see Jeeps up and down this beach, and I don't see anybody fishing or no Jeeps today. So they probably know that maybe the striped bass have moved on, which is a bummer because I want to try my luck after I turn off this live stream. So, but Biff Rotten Thighs, once again, thank you. You do a lot. I know the people that support me, and I appreciate you, Biff Rotten Thighs. So thank you, and cheers to you. Hope you have a great Sunday. And because of you, salmon on the bagel, bitch. Thank you. Salmon on the bagel. Jets over the Giants. What was I going to say? There was something else in there. And to everybody else, just hit the like. That helps too. But I can't say your like is equal to Biff Rotten Thighs giving me $50. I can't say that, but the likes help. So please hit that like on the way out today. All right. Megyn Kelly and Pat and Barstool Sports are more known than Howard. Yeah, Barstool Sports. Oh, my God. What Dave Portnoy has been able to accomplish. Holy crap. And it all started in his basement in Boston. I always wondered, because he was a Boston guy, I always wondered if he was a lot of these guys, they get really, really famous, and then they refuse to admit stuff like this. But I would love to know if David Portnoy was a fan of Opie and Anthony back in the day. I'm kind of curious to that because when we were having our decent run in Boston, he was a young guy just starting out in his parents' basement. And I wonder if he actually was a fan of our show. Um, I don't know why I wonder that. I think I wonder that because of his story and his giant success, and knowing that he has roots in Boston, where we certainly started our massive run. Royalty, Opie. Where did Jim Norton get the courage to talk to Jesse Ventura that way? Was that real or an act? I get frustrated because I broke this whole thing down, Royalty, and I know you're a regular in one of ours. I get frustrated because I told the whole story, but the short version is, look, and to a certain extent, look, I got to say that this applies to me as well. But there are times we got our balls because we had a giant 6'6" security guy with us. And that day, Jimmy knew that Club Soda Kenny was not going to allow Jesse Ventura to touch Jim Norton. So when you're in those situations and you got pretty decent protection, you get some muscles. Your muscles get bigger. No fault to, I don't like Jimmy, but I also will tell it like it is. No fault to Jimmy. Because I've been in those situations too, where I'm like, oh God, this guy, if he turns on me, I am done. But then you're like, oh, I got 6'6" Kenny, who literally like runs his life like a robot. That's why he's so damn good at his job. And if you look at that video, there was a respect, an unspoken respect between Jesse Ventura and Kenny that day. You could see it in the video. Watch that video again. Kenny was basically looking at Jesse like, you ain't doing crap to Jimmy, but I respect you. And then Jesse's looking at Kenny like, this guy would be a real problem. And there was a mutual respect between the two monsters. That's why Jimmy, had no problem speaking up. But also Jimmy, he was also a little crazy when it came to that stuff. I think there's a similarity between that little part of Jimmy and myself. I was never scared of people, and I got myself into situations where I could have been in deep trouble. And looking back, I was probably really, really stupid to take chances like that. But I never really backed down from people. And it wasn't because I thought I was a tough guy or because I thought I had skills. I got in Luis Gomez's face. He tells the story. I was on the street, and I had my baby at the time, my daughter, who's now 11, which is crazy. So this goes back. Wow, this goes back a few now. Wow. I had my daughter on my back. I was giving her a piggyback or something, walking her home from school. And I ran into Luis Gomez, who's definitely a bigger guy than me. And he was trying to be cool to me on the street. I was like, fuck you, man. You've said some shitty stuff about me. So I'm like, what? Now you're going to be a nice guy to me? So, I didn't back down. And he told the whole story on his stuff and basically, gave me badass. What is it called? Real ass dude, real badass dude of the week, real dude, whatever he calls it. And he basically said, wow, I respect the guy. He was ready to fight with his daughter on his back. It's that type of thing. Doesn't mean I think I could take Luis Gomez or anybody else. Maybe I can. I don't know. But I had a tough time backing down from a lot of things. And I think Jimmy had that in him as well, where, I'd rather lose my teeth than back down from, certain situations over the years. Do you think Jim and others have anger towards you because you discover them and are responsible for them having any success and they can't be avoided? I don't know. I mean, I pretty much every person, from the Opie and Anthony show, the extended staff, most of them was my doing and bringing them into the fold, and they know that. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Dax does suck. Russ does. He stinks. Dax Shepard stinks. There was a time, like, I would go on Apple Podcasts, and I'm like, his podcast would be trending as like number one, number two. I don't know where it's at these days. I'm like, what's this Dax all about? So I started listening to episodes. I'm like, really? This isn't good. It didn't suck, but it wasn't good to the point that it should be trending on the stupid Apple Podcasts. And then I think his wife, the Kristen Bell, who continues to get work in commercials with her dumb husband, I thought she was overrated. So that's why every time I see her on TV, I go back to the time I hung up on her, and it makes me very, very happy. Robert Spahn giving me a $5. Did you guys like the interview you guys did with the extreme cleaning specialist, Matt Paxton? Oh, God, yeah. Robert, yes. Matt Paxton was the expert that they used on the hoarding show back in the day. He came in. He was absolutely awesome. We hit it off. And then I don't know what happened. I guess the show went away, but he was going to take me on one of his jobs to one of these crazy ass hoarding houses. I was like, I really want to check that out so badly. He goes, I'll take you along with me. I'll just make believe you're part of my crew. I'm like, thank you. I'm talking about the people with the hoarding where they have cat poo in a bag, times 10,000, and they pile them up on a staircase where you no longer could go upstairs. Those type of people. His company is the company that goes in and tries to clean out those houses. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I loved Matt. He was very, very cool, and he was really good on the show. I'm just bummed I never got the opportunity to go with him on one of those jobs. So there's something out here because I'm like this. My nose is so itchy. It drives me nuts. And my daughter has the same thing this weekend. There's something that blooms out here in the fall that drives us nuts. Because in the city, my allergies have been pretty fine this season. All right. I think I gave well, let me go back to them. This is the only reason I did extra time because of this. $50. Beware the Billy Bumper, sir. Yeah, I thought I saw that whole crew down the beach yesterday. Me and my kids were walking the dog late in the day. My wife was in town getting the steaks. See, it all comes back together. And in the distance, I thought I saw a belly bumper guy and the mastiff that attacked Doggy over the summer. So we decided to turn around and go the other way. So, Teddy, I have sympathy for people like that. They're going through hell and back, my brother. He had a tormented life. I hear that Matthew Perry wrote an autobiography. I don't know when it came out. And I heard he was really, really honest with his struggles and his life. He was in it his whole life, man. Just goes to tell you, Teddy, I'm not going to tell you how to feel, and that's fine. But, and if you said this about mental illness, I would almost be with you because, having a mentally ill person in my life, my mom, it's beyond frustrating dealing with it. So I get that. But, the Matthew Perry thing, if it comes out that he was still struggling and that's what led to what happened to him, they're not really saying much of anything right now. It just goes to show you that, money and fame doesn't take away those demons, obviously. Imagine being Kurt Cobain. You're 27 years old. You got the world by the damn balls. You're way more talented than the band Nirvana. If you could just hang in there, then you could change your whole freaking persona and be a solo artist with a damn acoustic guitar. I'll say that every time because of the Unplugged. Kurt showed, oh my God, he was way more than grunge. He was way more than Nirvana. If that guy survived and figured it out, he would have been putting out acoustic albums. And, he would have continued some of the screaming stuff too. But 27, world by the balls, young daughter, and he couldn't make it. with all that money and all that fame. That's why I think differently about it, Teddy, but that's all right. That's all right. I woke up like 3 a.m. other day and a raccoon had opened my door, was hanging off my screen, just looking at me. Are you serious? This raccoon I saw this morning was giant. And it finally put the whole puzzle together that the noises we hear in the floorboards on the lower level of this house is a raccoon and living there. We weren't sure if it was like wild cats or a possum. But after seeing the giant raccoon this morning with Doggy, I'm like, okay, it's confirmed. And I think that sucker got too fat because we haven't heard him in the floorboards. So I don't think he can squeeze into his spot anymore, thank God. Raccoon. Go back to the beginning of the live stream. My brother, the Optic Nerve, told the whole story. Hope Doggy's up on his shots. Yeah, they didn't. When I say square off, they didn't touch each other. I should have mentioned that. It was like the raccoon actually got brave after it got on the other side of this baby gate, and then was hissing at Doggy, and then Doggy started barking like crazy, and then the raccoon skedaddled. They never touched each other. I should have said that much. I was scared it was going to be an all-out brawl. Wi-Fi issues fixed? I think so. I marched down to the cable company again because I said, you guys were going to send another guy out because they couldn't figure out what the problem was, and they're saying it was something in the street. And the guy never called me or never showed up again. And then she went, one moment. Okay. Oh. What's your address again? Okay. Okay. It's fixed. We sent a guy out to the street. Oh, all right. But maybe you should have told me because I was sitting here wondering. So I think you have to go into the cable office no less than over the last few years, 10 to 12 times. I think my Wi-Fi issue at this house is fixed. It's not going to be as great as this city, but I think it's vastly improved. So hopefully that'll be it. But then again, we're not getting many of these. That's why I'm kind of stalling turning this thing off because, you know, the weather's going to dramatically change in the next week or two. And then it makes it really hard to hang out outside when we come to the ocean. All right, guys. I think we can start wrapping up. Thanks for all the fivers. Thanks for all the likes. Greatly appreciate it. Your pocket money will buy bagels. Probably go in and get bagels. Well, I want to walk to. Look at I'm doing my schedule in front of you. Well, I want to walk the beach first, and then I'm going to go into town. It's a long ride. I have to get on the dirt road and slowly get into this little town with this little bagel shop, and then I'm going to get everything bagels for everybody, and I'm going to put some salmon on mine, and that's what I'm going to do with your pocket money this morning. All right? The pills are evil. You think, Brian Parnas? And you got doctors. Try this and this and this. Saw it with my own mom. One thing I'll say about my mom, she was very, very paranoid of being addicted to anything. She barely drank. I mean, barely. My whole upbringing, I barely saw her drink anything. And it came from, her father being an alcoholic. Wow, going deep today for everybody. And then because of her mental issues and seeing doctors and slowly but surely, they prescribed everything. I went on one of these doctor visits with her, and they're sitting in there. She's like, I'm having a problem with this and that. And she's basically saying what's going on in her head, right? And this doctor, instead of suggesting, well, maybe you should see this person or that person or try this or that or whatever, the guy's just like, and almost throwing the scripts. And I remember it was like 3 or 4. And then, fast forward, she's not this person anymore. But fast forward when we were trying to get her into like more of an assisted living place where they could really take care of her and watch her and stuff. Me and my now wife, I mean, we weren't married yet, but we were going through her stuff. And the medicine cabinet was just pill bottle after pill bottle. And I remember we filled up like a nice sized plastic bag. It was like this big, with just pill bottles. And when we got her to the assisted living place, we're like, you might want to look into all this because there's a lot of stuff here. And they were slowly going, oh, she can't take this with this. And to see my poor mom that was scared of having a drop of alcohol, that's many years ago. I mean, they got her medicine down to a more normal, manageable level. But that's what happens with a lot of these people, especially when they're not being, supervised. They're going to this doctor, and this doctor doesn't know what that doctor did. And that doctor's like, well, let's try this. And not knowing that this thing that you're going to try is going to be a conflict with what this doctor, prescribed. And it gets completely out of hand. Decades later, and Feldman still doesn't realize how much he embarrasses himself with his horrific attempt at music. His handlers must really pump his ego. It's just a guy that's an egomaniac. That's what happens with people like that. Yeah, Corey Feldman's music is, God, it is just awful. But he will never see it. Maybe he's having fun. Who knows? Maybe he's just having fun doing it. You don't get it. Feldman is a genius. It's not bad music. It's great comedy. Oh, got bikers. All right. It's kind of stupid. It's a pain in the ass dirt road to be biking on, but every once in a while you get some bikers going through for the scenic value. All right, surf's up, sir. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna go waiver. You're right. Cheers, waiver. Oh, okay. I don't know if you can see it, but all right. This is good news. Let me see if I can show you. There's my grill. I cooked the steaks. Can you see him? I don't think you can see him even if I go. No, he's right over. Wow, why can't I see it on camera? But anyway, right over here is our first truck with some fishing guys right there. I don't know why I can't see it on camera. Anyway, that's a good sign. That means there might be some striped bass still in those waters. Yeah, the fat bikes, Lewis knows those goofy fat bikes for the beach and the dirt roads. Okay, guys, thank you very, very much. Hit the like on the way out, please. That helps a lot. Really helps a lot. We did all right. We did 35 likes. I would have liked to see a few more, but I'm not going to complain. I'll take what I can get. Let me make sure the Facebook people are good. Make sure you join our private Facebook group, okay, guys? We're 100 strong, which is nice. Good group of people, too. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. We're good on the Facebook. Guys, have a wonderful day. Go Jets. Sorry to Brian Bernard, who probably turned this off an hour ago, but go Jets over the Giants. Come up to Alaska and do some fishing. Man, get some halibut. Get some halibut. My old neighbor, one of my fishing buddies who ended up moving a couple of years ago, he would go to Alaska every summer, and he was just catching monsters, prehistoric monsters up there. Half the fish in the pictures he would show me, I didn't know what they were. The halibuts, so that's what it's all about up there. You get halibuts as big as the side of your house, and look up halibut. You all right, doggy? Oh no, he just ran out of the house again. That's what I mean. Dogs, they see and smell shit that we have no clue about. He ran out from a dead sleep, so he smelled or heard something. All right, I gotta take him for a walk. But look up the pictures of halibut, especially in Alaska, and you would swear that these people zoomed in on their fish to make them look giant, but that's exactly how they are. These things are just monsters. I cut halibut; they get massive. It's crazy how. Let me see if I can find one halibut picture. Am I saying it right? I feel like I'm not saying it right. Halibut, images. Yeah. This isn't even a big one, but these pictures are so ridiculous. That's not even a big one. Let me find a big one. Like, they just get crazy. Those are small, believe it or not. Let me try to find a really good one. Yeah, this guy's just, they caught one in the water. They're so big. I'm trying to find one where it really does it justice. Yeah, I guess all right. Yeah, kind of like these things. Jesus. That's a decent size one. Yeah, though, Teddy. Teddy knows. They're monsters. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you for checking this out. I think the kids have off tomorrow, so I've been trying to live stream every day again, but tomorrow might be a rain out. So if I'm not on, that's the only reason, because I don't like live streaming in the house, because the house, it's like open and stuff, and it's hard to find a spot with everybody sleeping in. So if I'm not on tomorrow, it just means the rain knocked me out. Okay, guys, have a lovely Sunday, and thank you. And all the other things, and blah blah blah. Don't plug anything, because plugging doesn't help, doesn't work, doesn't move the numbers at all. Analytics stay the same. You can say how great your podcast is and this and that, and try to tell them to watch Tuesdays at Get Parts on your YouTube channel. The playlist is see you next Tuesday, and you'll see 2 extra views. Plugging doesn't work in 2023. You just got